Somerset's mayor is throwing his hat in the ring for the chance to be the next governor of Kentucky. And November is National Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Why one local doctor says screenings are so important.
And Thanksgiving is getting ever closer, and unfortunately rain chances are getting ever closer as well. Latest breakdown ahead as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Breaking news right now in Pulaski County. Somerset Mayor Alan Keck is announcing he will be throwing his hat in the ring for Governor of the Commonwealth. Keck is making that announcement at the Virginia Theater in Somerset. This video was shot just a few minutes ago. We understand Keck is at the podium speaking right now to a crowd of supporters. He changed his Twitter and launched his campaign website earlier in the day, indicating a run. Now, Keck is running as a Republican, hoping to unseat incumbent Democratic Governor Andy Beshear. But before he gets to Beshear, he'll have to defeat a crowded field of Republicans in the primary, including Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles, Kelly Knight Craft, and Attorney General Daniel Cameron. A total of 12 people, I believe, have filed to run on the Republican side. Keck recently won re-election as Somerset mayor. He, again, we believe, is the 12th Republican to enter the race for governor. We hope to hear from him later in this newscast. Again, we understand he's speaking right now. We do have a reporter in Somerset, and we'll, of course, have a complete report from there coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. The FEMA disaster recovery centers are closing at the end of the day tomorrow. If you need assistance or would like to talk to a FEMA representative in person, you have until 6 p.m. tomorrow. But Apple Red Legal Aid says they will continue helping people with FEMA appeals for as long as they are needed.
You've got 60 days from the time of your most recent eligibility decision letter to appeal that decision, ask for more money, ask to be reconsidered.
Bailey says if you've missed the 60-day deadline to appeal, they have been able to help some people request a waiver of their deadlines to FEMA. If you would like to call the Apple Red hotline for assistance, their number is 1-844-478-0099.
Continuing to watch quiet weather throughout the evening as we get colder and colder, quicker and quicker this time of year. Here's a look outside from UVA-wise. All is quiet and peaceful there as the last of the sun's rays dim below the horizon. 37 there, and another look from our beautiful camera shot there at Buffalo Mountain. 45 in southern Perry County right now. Most of us in the low to middle 40s, but already some colder air filtering in. It's 38 Middlesboro, 37 in Wise, and 36 right now in Monticello. So some chilly air continues, some dry air as well. Dew points, the best direct measurement of moisture at the surface, in the lower teens and low 20s right now. So some very dry air. That's increasing that wildfire threat out there. All is quiet on pinpoint Doppler right now and should remain that way as we head through the rest of the night. Mid-20s out there for an overnight low. Details on when we return to some milder air in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thanks. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office is looking for 39-year-old Danielle Kelly. A grand jury recently indicted her on a charge of murder and 3 counts of first-degree assault. Take a look at your screen. Deputies say she was driving an SUV under the influence in September 2021 when she hit 2 other vehicles on US 25. Tiffany Smith, who was a passenger in Kelly's vehicle, died in the crash and 3 other people were hurt. Police say she failed to appear in court and she's now wanted on a murder indictment warrant. We are told Kelly may be in the South Laurel County area. If you know where she is, you should call the Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office is also asking for your help identifying 2 people in London. This is an image from a surveillance camera at a business on US 25. Officials with the Sheriff's Office say the 2 people pictured are suspected of theft. If you have any information on that, you should also call the Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600. 3 weeks after London police officer Logan Medlock was killed by a suspected drunk driver, the London Police Department chief has written a letter to the community. In his letter, Chief Travis Dotson thanked everyone for the support the department was shown. Dotson wrote, quote, "This senseless tragedy is why the last few weeks have been filled with sorrow for his loss as well as anger for the way he was killed. We've had to confront our own mortality, but like Logan, we all want to be a part of this noble profession and understand the risks. He'd want us to be brave and strong for each other as well as for his family," end quote. To read Dotson's full letter, just go to WYMT.com and look for this story. Several hundred people packed a church today for the funeral of a beloved Southern Kentucky high school football coach. The parking lot at Grace Fellowship Church in Stanford was full, along with nearly every seat inside for the funeral of Robbie Lucas. The Somerset high school coach died earlier this month after suffering a long illness. Lucas grew up in Lincoln County but coached Somerset and was part of that program for more than 20 years. He led the school to their only state title in 2019. November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Doctors say they see many patients diagnosed with it in eastern Kentucky. WYMT's Dakota Makers talked with a doctor about lung cancer screenings and the causes of most cases.
The CDC reports people who smoke cigarettes are 15 to 30 times more likely to get lung cancer or die from lung cancer than people who do not smoke.
It is easy to diagnose when it is late stage, and that's where you don't want to do that. And it is very challenging to diagnose when it is at an early stage. That's where you want to diagnose the lung cancer.
Doctors say people at high risk are those who have smoked for at least 30 years and are in the age range of 55 to 80. They would still qualify for a screening if they have stopped smoking within the past 15 years.
Compared to finding out when they're symptomatic, which is usually 75% of the population in eastern Kentucky, where we diagnose lung cancer, 75% of them are advanced stage cancer.
20% of non-smokers will be diagnosed with lung cancer. The second leading cause of lung cancer is radon exposure.
So the symptoms usually, only show up in advanced stage. That may include loss of weight, that may include coughing up of blood.
But what if you vape? Experts say there is not an association between vaping and lung cancer, but the chemicals inside vapes can cause cancer. Dakota Makers, WYMT Mountain News.
If you have questions or want to set up a lung cancer screening, you're encouraged to speak with your primary care doctor.
And we're warming up as we head through this week. When we could see rain chances return as well, that's ahead. Plus,
with all the excitement of Thanksgiving, have you taken a moment to think about kitchen safety? Coming up, we have some tips to remember before entering the kitchen.